Hello, everyone. Yes, I still have that sniffling going on. Nothing else. It's just I sneeze a million times a day. Okay, that was exaggerated. And I'm going through a lot of handkerchiefs. Yes, I still not just when I since this is I don't think what I have right now is contagious or anything. This is a side effect of a chill or something. So because I don't got nothing else going on. So except for my nose just is running. Okay. Anyway, which people say, oh, allergies. I've never been allergy prone. I wouldn't know what it is, what it could have been. So, but as I said, I think I caught a chill, and this is the side effect of it. And and I think it's due to the fact that yeah, here I go, man. My son-in-law here, he has the most amazing viewpoint sometimes, or how he looks at things, and he would consider the state that I am in right now. I'm fragile. I'm very fragile right now. It doesn't take much for me to hear anything or think about something, and the tears start flowing. Yeah, that's it. Most likely a side effect that I had to let my dog go, Gus. Yes, to go back to the farm. Little story on that. Uh, I have a nephew staying there right now, and I asked him. He's 18. If he would be a friend to my dog. Everyone there is very busy, and because the owner of Gus, me, isn't there, yeah, it is what it is, right? Yes. Though any dog that I ever take care of, I look at as soon as the owner's gone. Oh well, that's my dog for right now, right? And treat it exactly as that. And but not everybody feels that way, right? About other people's animals. Okay, I'm just saying, it's not like they don't take care of him there. But when it comes to to Gus's need of love, care, and he's so affectionate. That's a little bit missing there, I feel. So I asked my nephew when I'm not there, and so I asked my nephew, I say, "Hey, would you just be a friend to Gus?" And then at the same time, I asked him also, "Would you help financially? While he's there, because everybody that's at the farm stays there for. I don't charge any rent or anything. They have to come up. They have to pay for the bills. While I'm not there, but otherwise, right? Yes. So big old place, beautiful place, and it's just there, right, for people who need to be there as well. So he just wrote me back, yes, absolutely, I will. I've always had a soft spot for that dog, and I will take good care of him. Don't worry, Aunt Danielle. And it was, oh my gosh, I just mm, it's one of those things, right? Sometimes when I say, well, should I reach out? Should I not? Uh, is this the right thing to do? And one reaches out. I asked. I didn't just tell him, I want you to, since, but I didn't do that. I asked, hey, would you be willing? And, uh, and then to get such a beautiful response back from my nephew was wonderful. So if you happen to watch, yes, his name is Jaden. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Here I go again. I've been so fragile. The last few days. Anyway, fragile. I like it. It's okay to be fragile every once in a while. That doesn't mean one suddenly has a depression problem or anxiety problem or I don't know what problem, right? We're just a little fragile sometimes, and that's okay too. Right? As long as we don't take it to the extreme. and still function appropriately. Being fragile is an okay thing. That's how some of us just process things. And yeah, it's, as I said, my son-in-law came up with it when the little one was having a meltdown or something. She said, "Oh, she's so fragile right now." I'm going, "Oh, that's such a great way to look at it." Anyway, the other thing too, my nephew's doing amazingly well in school. He has perfect grades, and also is getting his certification. He told me, I hope he doesn't mind I'm telling all this, but I'm so proud of him. His certification in welding, which I think is such an amazing thing. First of all, that in our little county, they still have all these trade things, trades that you can, as a high schooler, you can get into and get a little certification for it. So a certification for it that you have completed a course, this and that. And I think that's great. That's really great. And he's doing that. So I'm so proud of him, how well he's doing. And yeah, we have amazing young people coming after us. Yeah, yes, don't hear much about them, do we? Well, why not? Because they're not the loud ones, this and that. And having good guiding adults in their in their system. Yeah, that too. Oh, that's a good one. Having good guiding adults in their system. That see their progress and see on how they're trying and on how well they're doing and willing, as I said, willing to take on this responsibility, which lifts a stone off my heart. Yes. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. And so proud of him, though. So proud of him as his auntie. And I hope, yeah. And of course, then, well, couldn't help myself. Said, well, if you need a listening ear or some good advice, then, laugh out loud. I got a lot of that. I am here for you as well. So, known this boy for a long, long time. Yeah, we used to go berry picking together. Anywho, so there, oh, yeah, berry picking and collecting wood. Yes, talk about all kinds of things. There it is. So, shared that. Then, if I remember at the end, I'll share something else that's probably going to get me crying again because it's just so freaking sad. Ugh. Cannot believe that. I mean, I come across this stuff and go, this can't be true. People out there aren't this mean and hateful and judgmental, and this can't be. No. I mean, there's some stuff out there, okay, but that was so sad to hear. Well, anyway, now I got you curious, right? Well, let's read first. Where are my glasses? We are in the book of Isaiah 27. Oh, and it's still the Lord's judgment. I didn't even notice that yesterday. See, that's how out of it sometimes I get when things are happening where, okay, that's not, this is not a big deal. I didn't finish reading all the way because 27 again starts somewhere in the middle. But boy, when I start thinking about something, okay, what's the best way I can contribute there, or this or that, or right? Yeah. Or when, as I said, when I need to digest something, something like this just doesn't register. Okay, so the Lord's judgment, we're going to finish up because 27 starts right in the middle of that, which makes so no sense rather than on an overhead again. That day Yahweh will punish with his unyielding sword, massive and strong. Well, I'm glad I didn't read that yesterday. Leviathan, the fleeing serpent, Leviathan, the coiling serpent, he will kill that dragon that lives in the sea. Man, I tell you what, just whatever, that doesn't even make sense. Yahweh's vineyard. That day sing of the splendid vineyard. I, Yahweh, am its guardian. From time to time I water it, so that no harm befall it. I guard it night and day. I do not have a wall. Who can reduce me to brambles and thorn bushes? I shall make war and trample on it, and at the same time burn it. Or should they beg for my protection, let them make their peace with me. Peace let them make with me. I'm not sure what this is exactly. Again, what does a vineyard have to do with peace? Gosh, God again is so oddly portrayed here. Whatever. I'll give you if you give me. Since when does God work that way? All right, just saying. Pardon and punishment. In days to come, Jacob will take root, Israel will bud and blossom, and the surface of the world be one vast harvest. Has he struck him as he was struck by those who struck him? Has he murdered him as he was murdered by those who murdered him? Okay, that's such a foul. Listen, and I know how it's meant, but you know what? Things don't work. Don't talk that way. It doesn't make sense. People have become so used to these weirdo ways of people saying stuff when it's like, well, I don't live in the fantasy world. Okay? I live in reality. And in reality, is this even possible? Just listen. And again, if it's a whole people, not just an individual that's being affected, then mention that. And say it in the right way. But in the way that this is said again, it's like, huh? It doesn't make sense. To me, that's not poetry or prosa or whatever, because it doesn't make sense. Or then call it, there's a reason we have things that's called nonfiction and things that are just fiction. That's fiction. Or a fallible sentence. Listen to this. Has he murdered him as he was murdered by those who murdered him? Has he murdered him as he was murdered? Well, if he was murdered, then he can't murder the other one, right? It's a one does it, the offense, and the other one dead. That's it. So how's that possible? They try to kill each other? Oh, and one was successful? Oh, we could look at it that way. But again, what is it doing in here? That doesn't even make sense. Has he murdered him as he was murdered by those who murdered him? And then there's so there's one person against a whole bunch of them. Oh well, that's horrible. Regardless, right? But still, okay, just saying. Ugh. By excluding him, you have executed a sentence, which brings me right back to what I want to talk about later. He has blown him away with a breath, as rough as the east wind. For that is how Jacob's guilt will be forgiven. Such will be the result of renouncing his sin. What did Jacob do? When all the altar stones have been smashed to pieces like lumps of chalk, when the sacred poles and incense altars stand no longer. I don't get. You know what? Maybe I just don't want to get it. I just want to get through these. It's just, for the fortified city is abandoned now, deserted, forsaken as a desert, where calves browse, where they lie down, where calves browse. That's babies. Calves need mama, so where they lie down, destroying its branches. What? When boughs go dry, they get burnt. Women come and use them for firewood. Now, this is a people that does not understand, and its maker will not take pity on it. He who formed it will not show it any mercy. Well, at least the women come and are cleaning up the garden. Yeah, at that time you needed what? Wood for the fire? Well, that's wrong. That's wrong. I says, well, this is all just laying around now. Use it for firewood. What? What did they use? It doesn't actually exactly say. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going there. This goes right along with what I will talk about later. And even on how Isaiah, again, portrays God. On how God is looking at his own children. Nothing but a waste. How often do we hear now, and I've mentioned that in many videos before, our young people, on how they are looked at. Such a waste. We are raising such a waste of a generation. have been now for couple of generations, it sounds like. That's exactly how Isaiah talks here. As if. And not seeing, well, let's see where the good ones are. I'm not sure how Jacob's pulling, I can't remember, and don't even want to remember. I'm doing this for the reputation of God. I don't need to remember everything they did at that time. All I want is for people to realize that God is not that kind of God. Okay? I've never experienced my heavenly parent in a mean, hateful, I'm going to destroy you because you're not doing what I want you to do kind of mode. Never, never, never have I experienced that in my whole entire life. And I had a lot of give and take with spirit world, and no doubt the presence of God. The Israelites return. When that day comes, Yahweh will start his threshing from the course of the river to the torrent of Egypt. When that day comes. Did it come? And you will be gathered one by one, Israelites. When that day comes, the great ram's horn will be sounded, and those lost in Assyria will come, and those banished to Egypt, and they will worship Yahweh on the holy mountain in Jerusalem. Okay, the return of, something to do with the return. All this stuff ahead of time, all he needed to put in here, hope. There is hope. Even though you are in slavery again, taken again, which, not sure how that worked at that time. You just what? You march all the people from one country to another country? Why would they do that if they've taken over one place? Why would you do that? Okay, not sure. It's a little confusing. That's the end of 27. Obviously, I'm not all that happy again if I say it. Why not just put in, there's hope. God given me that there is hope. And for our people, we have to just stay strong, stay peaceful, go along with whatever, keep teaching our young this and that, and good things will come from that if we stay steadfast with our heavenly parent. Yes? That's all that was needed, really. That would have been the prophecy, wouldn't it? And that prophecy could carry over to wherever it needed to go in today's world as well. This stuff I just read. So judgmental as well. All right, so God's not judgmental at all. Though, they say, well, Judgment Day, this and that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, who will be there? Who will be there on Judgment Day? Who's going to put you down on Judgment Day? Guess we'll all find out, huh? Yes? Oh, here goes my nose again. I think that some will get a little gold star, and others will be eating a little humble pie. Some might be eating a lot of humble pie. But I think the main thing will be you'll be looking at yourself, and you'll have to be honest with yourself. Right? Yes? No more lying to oneself. No more saying, well, I did that because, right? Yes? Yeah. So that may be Judgment Day for each of us, just like that. So to get to, just really quick, Mother's, first real quick, it's Mother's trial date today, and I haven't heard a whole lot. So I asked my friend Nancy in Korea about it. Say, hey, I haven't heard anything yet, but I know it's many hours later where you are at. Have you heard anything? Because they're hoping that she can get out on bail, and but it's not sounding very good so far. So I haven't, but she keeps sending me stuff while I'm talking here. So I want to finish up and go and have a look. I'm praying and praying. I'm hoping. I think that's another reason I'm so fragile. I've become so fragile. Knowing, and not because knowing how little care she's actually getting, but knowing on how strong our beloved true mother has been in in detention, on how everyone that comes out that meets her goes, she's in this awful situation, and she's just, don't worry, be patient, the truth will be revealed. I am in she says, I'm in harmony with heaven's will, and looks brighter and better, and just so happy to hear about everyone out there that is pulling together and standing united, and that is that. No bad words coming out of her mouth about her situation. Yes, yeah, and it also has put me more and more having to send Gus back home to the farm, which is the best thing for him. Uh, just kind of pushed me a little over the edge there. Okay, I'm just saying, just now I'm really in a fragile state. Thinking about true mother. Okay, all right. So, but I saw another thing this morning. It just comes up. Right? Again, a brother in faith said, hey, guys, did you guys know this? So in Japan, supposedly you can rent a family. Or you can rent whatever you need. When it comes to people, you can rent people for whatever occasions. So you don't have to go alone. Or you can pretend that you actually have family, though you don't. Because supposedly in Japan still, supposedly, I said supposedly, people are so judgmental. Not towards people who maybe deserve it because they're bad people and they've done crimes and they're doing crimes, this, that. No. Good people. Go to work, this, that. They just somehow don't have family, don't have friends. I don't know how that happens, but it happens. And so they can rent if they have to go anywhere, I guess where nobody knows them otherwise except for them. They can bring a fake family and say, yeah, this is my dad and my mom and my sister and my brother, whatever. Right? Yes? Oh my gosh. People in Japan, they make me so sad for the people, those people. People in Japan, not allowed to, you know, of no fault of their own, I bet you, most of the time, persecuted if they don't have family to show off. That's terrible. That's, awful. What kind of society is that? A really sad story, and that happened a number of years ago. I don't know if it's still like that. I did go and check and see if that actually was true. It's true. It's been for many years now that you can do that there, and it's great. I'm glad if that's what the people need, so that they find acceptance in society. Which, as I said, that's so sad. Then I'm glad that a service like that exists, so that they don't have to suddenly be burdened with these whispers, and probably I've met some Japanese people I didn't like. Met a lot. My brothers and sisters in faith in our movement, loved all of them. Never met one that I didn't like. But I heard of some others from family members that had to do with Japanese people and management, and God Almighty, just rude. And anyway, so if that the service is so that the people don't suddenly are burdened with this persecution and judgmental attitude of people just because one doesn't have family to show off, well, then so be it. Then I guess it's a good service. But how sad that a service like that has to exist. That's the story. One story was where a woman, a single mom, when it was time for the child to go to kindergarten, and it seemed like she had plenty of money, made plenty of money as a single mom, When it came time for the little one to go to kindergarten, she wanted it to go to a good private kindergarten, this and that. And they would, when they found out that she was a single mom, wouldn't even give her an interview anywhere. What is that? To persecute a little one? Oh my gosh, just slap these people in the face and make them wake up and see what they're doing. I would never, ever send my child to a kindergarten like that. They should all be ostracized and closed down. How dare you exclude a child because, and again, go after the dad. Say, oh, we are taking that little one in. That mom must be doing a great job if she can afford private school for that little one. She wants a good school for that little one. Again, that's just backwards on how they're looking at things. To not even give the mom an interview so her little 5-year-old can go to a good kindergarten in Japan. Oh my gosh, you got me going. That's unheard of. No, it's not unheard of. I know that. But, oh my gosh. And the people in Japan are okay with that? All the mothers in those kindergartens are okay with that? Are they like that? To exclude a little one? Just because daddy ran away, wasn't there? May have passed away? Whoa. You guys talk about Judgment Day someday. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be ya. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Tell ya. Okay, well, there you got me going. So she rented a dad. I guess they don't do a background check or something or whatever, but she rented a dad and fake husband. Huh? Yeah. It's terrible. It's awful. Sometimes I see things where people started making videos, this, that, where because of the loneliness that they experience, and this kind of gives them a great way to kind of counteract some of the things that they grew up with, and we all grow up with stuff. Okay, it's just the way it is. But I love on how people find, even through the internet, again, True Father said the internet will be great for many things, yet beware. I think this is one of the great things. I'm very happy to make these videos. Oh, I know the views and the subscribe. It's not much. I'm so grateful for every one of them that is doing this journey with me, who's watching a video here and there. Oh, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Everyone's very precious to me. But the thing is, it's also something where I really can, yes, kind of let it all hang out. Okay, don't let it all hang out. That's not a good thing. And doing something from where I'm at, physically, financially, taking care, helping out, this, that. I can do this. I can do this. Yes? And I feel like I'm doing something good. Anyway. But I see many young people doing it because they're so lonely. They're so lonely, and boy, loneliness is just about killing them. I love being by myself, so that's not my problem. I love, love, love. I've spent many, many, many months, almost a year and a half, 2 years, alone on the farm. Oh, of course I had visitors. But otherwise alone on the farm. I loved it, loved it. Doesn't mean I don't love people. I like that too. But I don't have a problem with being alone. But some do, especially young people. And they found this outlet here, and there's lots of people following those people. And loving it. Loving in the way that they share. And most of those young, especially young people. So kind. You can tell they're so kind. Anyway, enough talk, right? I could go on and on and on. Done for today. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. I hope that the people in Japan, I don't know, grow a heart or something. And I know not all of them are like that, but enough of them that a service like that has to exist. That's scary. Very scary. Anyway, but on the other hand, also great because it's helping them out. So God, you protected. I have to say it again. May Heavenly Parent bless, guide, and protect you and embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. I hope you're doing a little better. Yes. And I will talk to y'all. Let's keep praying. Today's Mother's Big Day. I was hoping, haven't heard a whole lot. Let's keep praying. And I will talk to y'all another time.